Hi, everybody. We're in India for the moment, and I want to introduce you to somebody very, very special. He's our Indian angel. He makes miracles happen when we most need them. He's the one that sources the fabrics that we desire or that we imagine, and he's the one that makes sure that all the production here runs as we want and as it's supposed to. So, Dinesh, can you explain a little bit what that means?
See, basically what I do here is source what you want. So if it's a fabric you want, then I try to look for mills or independent weavers who can make your design, who can do your product as you want it. So my job is to make sure that I find the right supplier or the right weaver to make your product and make sure that the product meets the specifications that your country requires by way of safety, right? And your products are also all organic. So that is again a huge challenge because none of the independent weavers have any GOT certification. So my job would also be to make them understand what GOTS is all about and see if they could also get a certification so that we close the loop in fabric sourcing. And then the end product is also a GOT certified product.
Do you think that the design complexity of Infante and Victoria is something that is quite abnormal for the workers in India to make?
On the fabric front, sometimes. On the garment front, yes, it's a challenge because these are not the traditional silhouettes that we come across in the industry. Your silhouettes are more into, or your styles are more into higher fashion. So yes, sometimes it is challenging.
At the moment that we started needing sustainable, so when we started Infante and Victoria, you also started to specialize into sustainable sourcing. Is that something that at the time you felt was starting to live in India, or was it something that you saw in the world market and you wanted to bring here?
Yeah, it's actually a combination of a couple of factors, right? One is the customers I was getting were all into organic, sustainable fabrics. I like challenges, right? So I took it up on myself to cater to this source or sourcing of organic cotton, sustainable fabrics. And when we started sourcing this, there were hardly any mills in India that were making this fabric or making organic fabrics. And yeah, that was one part of it. The second part of it was the sustainability. Because knowing the amount of chemicals that have been used in dyes and even in basic processing of the fabrics and what it was doing to the environment, especially in India, because we see all these dyes running into our rivers from the mills, even though government stipulations are there to have an effluent treatment plant and things, but most of the mills do not have them. And we thought okay, this is not something that we want because in the end, we are the ones who are going to be drinking that water, and for future generations, this is going to be a really crazy, huge problem. So it is also a personal decision to only source sustainable fabrics and work with sustainable fabrics.
And also you are creating something that doesn't exist yet here.
Exactly. We're creating a new product. A lot of new products, I would say. Yeah. And I think that helps because the mills also then start innovating, seeing that, okay, if they can do this, then they can innovate beyond this and offer us much more complex fabrics.
So we have from the start decided that our fabrics and the way we want to manufacture our clothes will be GOTS certified. Is this something that is gaining momentum here in India, and do you think it's important?
Oh yes, it is definitely gaining momentum. From when we started off 7 years back, there were hardly about 4 or 5 mills making organic cotton, and that were also GOT certified. But today, there are many, many more who are GOT certified. And I think, yes, this is just not a trend. I think it's also awareness with the people, with the customers, with the end customer, that we need to become sustainable. We need to make sure that what we leave for the future generation is sustainable. Seeing this trend, I know it is happening because it is a push by the people, by the factory owners to go in for GOT certification. It's not just for business. It is also to make sure that in the end they give back something to society which is not harmful to them. When we see this kind of a trend, private citizens taking up as cooperatives and bringing in sustainability, and I think it's a trend that is going to just grow and grow and grow. And definitely, I think if we see another maybe 5-10 years from today, we'll have more of organic cotton product in this country than normal conventional cotton. That is because of the awareness that has come with sustainable product and what it can do to the environment, what it can do to our rivers. And I think people are consciously making an effort to change.
Yeah. Are there a lot of changes happening from the top down governmentally for sustainability? I saw that you have signs prohibiting the use of regular plastic bags like we have in Europe. Do you also see the effects of these kind of measures?
Yeah, the government definitely has helped a lot to push organic cotton, because without their policies, without their help, it's going to be impossible to go the scale we have actually gone already on. So definitely there is a lot of help in the process by the government too.
Do you also see it in the environment already, the changes?
I think that's going to take some time because it's too soon to really tell anything right now. I think it'll take another 10 years at least to see the actual change happening. Yeah.
We met almost 10 years ago on a very particular project. Do you think that, first of all, we are very loyal in our collaborations and we're very happy and grateful for all the amazing work you do here. But do you also have the feeling that the market has changed between, say, when we met and now? I know you have worked in this industry way longer, but do you see a lot of changes besides this trend of sustainability?
Yes, we do see a lot of change. India traditionally was a mass manufacturing country. But today the trend is that we like to do value-added product, even if the quantities are small. And I think a lot of the factories today realize that whether it is big quantities or small quantities, in the end, it is what value you can put into the product that will make the difference. And we see that change happening now in the factories, which is a very positive and a good sign. That means that we are not going to be one of the run-of-the-mill countries where you just come in and place 100,000 pieces and expect the lowest price. And I think that those days are over. Yeah. And that's a good thing that's happening here then.
I agree. I think it's a very good thing. Are you still as excited about your job today in our industry as you was when you started?
In fact, I'm more excited today than when I started.
Very good. Do we have anything to do with that?
Of course, it has a lot to do because the product that you have brought in here is so challenging that it keeps us on our feet, one thing, and it keeps us thinking and finding innovative ways of making your product. I think that's a challenge that I love to have till the end of my days.
Great. Well, we're looking forward to a number of years to come.
Yes.